Hey everyone and welcome back to the sports section. So we need to talk about the OSIMHEN Sancho Sterling saga right now. The transfer window is closing in the next couple of days and we are still in a limbo. Let's say, do we need more players? Who's going to leave? Did we fix our issues, yes or no, based on the performance against Wolverhampton? Right? We scored 6 goals. That Felix goal, I've watched it again and again and again. Truly amazing. The passes, the run, the finishing. I mean, close to perfection as you can get. But now the question is really, in my mind, it's like this. Do we really need someone like OSIMHEN right now? Is that the biggest issue at Chelsea currently? A striker like Victor OSIMHEN coming in the team? Because I think the biggest issue is at the back, right? Is the instability at the back. The back four, more specifically the partnership, right? The center back, is it Levi Fofana? Is it Disasi Tosin? Is it Badiashile Tosin? Who's going to play? That's the fragile part of the team. Plus the guys, right, just in front. Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia being injured, not injured. We don't know what's going to happen with him. I think that's more important. That's where the cracks in the team are. Now, I'm not saying, oh, we scored 6 against Wolverhampton and all of our attacking issues are fixed. No, far from it. Because a couple of days before that game, we barely managed to score 2 goals against Servette, right? Let's not forget that. But with regards to the OSIMHEN saga, first of all, is it normal that a profile like him still can't find a solution? Still is at Napoli at the end of the transfer window? I think it says more about him, the club, maybe his agent, than it says about the clubs that are looking for strikers or maybe attacking options, right? Because if this was a no-brainer deal, don't you think that more clubs would be jumping up and down to sign Victor OSIMHEN? I think so. I just think that for the longest time, Napoli wanted an insane amount of money. Nobody was willing to pay that. Let's be honest. Now they figured out that nobody wants to pay that much. We've got a player that is costing us quite a lot of money that currently the manager does not want to play because he wants Lukaku and some other players. Okay, so let's lower our demands. But then on the other side, you've got OSIMHEN and his agent still demanding quite a lot of money. Difficult situation, right? Difficult situation. So let's go over everything we know right now with regards to those deals. We first go over the comments from Victor OSIMHEN's agent. Victor is not a package to be shipped far away to make room for new profits. Victor still has so much to do in Europe. This is because of the links with Saudi Arabia. OSIMHEN is a Napoli player with a contract recently renewed with mutual satisfaction. He made history, and when there were major offers also this year, we always accepted the club's decisions. Victor was elected African Footballer of the Year 8 at the Ballon d'Or. There is need for respect and balance. I mean, let's be honest here, football agents are the worst of the worst. The only thing that they want is to get paid, and that's about it. Now we've got multiple reports all over the place. Nizar Cancela here saying Chelsea are keen to sign Victor OSIMHEN on either a loan or swap deal and have discussed the sale of Romelu Lukaku in the other direction. Then you've got Fabrice, of course this comes from France, so take it with a grain of salt. PSG, who are yet to take action, is preferred destination of Victor OSIMHEN, who is not excited by the idea of joining Chelsea. OSIMHEN is one for the last 48-72 hours, according to Fabrizio, and according to Fabrizio as well here, the agreement between Napoli and Al Ahly for package in excess of 65 million euros is almost done, pending small details. By the way, look at the price, 65 million euros. The price has come down by quite a lot, it seems. And yet, even for 65 million euros, not a lot of clubs are jumping on that deal. Continues by saying here, but no agreement with OSIMHEN so far, as Nigerian striker wants an important salary plus key detail release clause to be included. But then, of course, we had that answer from the agent, so yeah, it's still pretty clear to me that he wants to stay in Europe, but at the end of the day, I think he just wants to get paid. We then, of course, have to go back to links with John Durant from Aston Villa. He remains an option on Chelsea's table, according to Fabrizio Romano. There was also a report with regards to Raheem Sterling from The Athletic here. So Sterling's priority is to resolve his contractual situation at Chelsea before holding talks with suitors over a move. Sterling is not part of the plans at Chelsea but has 3 years left on terms worth more than £300,000 per week. I don't know what this really means, other than maybe he's trying to get paid even before he leaves, or maybe he's going to tell them, look, I'm willing to leave, but you have to pay me some damages or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty insane when you think about it. Moving on to Sterling Sancho Chelsea. So Chelsea are open to including Sterling in a move for Jadon Sancho, who is set to leave United ahead of Friday's transfer deadline. Sterling is open to a move to Manchester United despite his lengthy spell at Manchester City. This comes from the Daily Mail, by the way. Raheem Sterling would not rule out a shock move to Manchester United. Okay. And then Fabrizio Romano here saying, as of today, there is no negotiations between Manchester United and Chelsea for Sancho and Sterling. So yeah, there you have it. I think there were also some strong links, Sancho to Juventus. So there is that. But all in all, let's be honest. Me personally right now, after what I've seen, after the way we're playing, after the players that we've got, right, we now have Felix, which is something we didn't think about a couple of weeks ago when talking about OSIMHEN, when talking about a striker. So yeah, if we are signing OSIMHEN, it has to be on our terms. It cannot be on his or his agent's terms, because then it just won't make much sense. OSIMHEN comes in. Yeah, let's say OSIMHEN comes in. What do we do next? Jackson, OSIMHEN, Nkunku, Felix, Neto, Palmer, Madueke, Neto, probably missing some, Mudryk. Quite a lot of players, right? Quite a lot of players. Yes, OSIMHEN does bring in goals, well, hopefully goals and experience. But if he does get injured, then you're paying quite a lot of money for a player that will get injured and earns more than the majority of the players in the team. On the flip side, if he does join on our terms, meaning on our terms he lowers his demand, we're still going to pay him enough money for him to be satisfied, although I don't want players to join Chelsea just because of the money. I want them to join Chelsea because of the project, because of the club. Then, clear incentives in the contract. Clear incentives. Top scorer, the Premier League, extra money. Top 3 top scorer, extra money. Qualification for the Champions League, extra money. Incentivize the player, just like we've seen with Jackson, or we're going to see with Jackson, and just like we've seen with Palmer. Don't start the contract already at 300,000, because what's the incentive then? Whether he plays well or not doesn't care, right? He gets paid anyways. But if he truly wants to leave Napoli, if he truly wants to join Chelsea, the Premier League, and help the team achieve great things, then let's put those things into the contract. And I'm not just saying this for OSIMHEN. I'm talking about all the other players that might join Chelsea in the future. Put incentives in the contract. Milestones. Do we reach this, that, X, Y, Z? Do you personally reach your goals? Yes, great. You're going to get a better contract the season after that. It's just a better way of doing business, right? In my opinion. Now, I'll conclude by saying if it's not on our terms, then no, I think we can skip him. Yeah, I think we can skip him. I think now we have enough attacking talents. Yes, I know what I said at the start of this video, but if we can replicate what we've done against Wolverhampton week in, week out, this is, by the way, this is just the start of the season, so things will get better. This is something that I've said before. Things will get better as we play more and more games, as they play more and more together. I think we have enough firepower and talent up front. Of course, I'd like experience, of course. But I think we should focus on adding experience maybe at the back. A Hummels, for example, who is free, could help the youngsters at the back, right? Could help. So yeah, there is that. On our terms, yes, let's get him. On his and his agent's term, no, forget about it. Sterling Sancho, it makes sense. It makes sense. But, because we're going to reduce the wage bill, etc., etc., but where does Sancho, where will he play? Before we signed Felix, fine, I would say no-brainer deal. Because I'm a big fan of Sancho. I liked him at Dortmund. I think he did great there. It's just Manchester United that didn't work out. But now, do we need him? No. No, we don't need him. Let's be honest, we don't need him. We're just going to offload Sterling because we don't need him. The coach doesn't need him. He costs us a lot of money. So, okay, it makes sense. Ship him out, and then you have money left to spend on something else. But Sancho, I like him, but I just don't see why. Is he going to play as a false nine? What is he going to do? So yeah, I don't know. And then next year we have Estevao Willian and Kendry Páez joining. Who's going to leave? Because you only have 11 players on the pitch, 4 defenders, 1 goalkeeper. Then you've got Caicedo and a partner, Lavia. So what? You only have 4-5 players tops up front that you can choose from. Who's going to leave if we're going to sign that many attacking players? We have to figure that out, right? We have to figure that out. So, yeah, that's about it for me in this video. I know a lot of people will disagree with me because you love OSIMHEN, you love Napoli, maybe you come from Nigeria, etc., etc. Look, I think he's a great player, quality, but we are Chelsea. We are not OSIMHEN FC. I will say the same thing for every single player that we are going to sign. And I've said this in the past as well. No player is bigger than my club. None. None. You want to join? Our terms, not yours. I hope this is clear. Of course, do share your opinion down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.